The day after you've thrown your pot, you'll be able to remove your pot easily from the bat. You're going to set it upside down on the wheel. Then you want to make sure to clean your bat completely using a sponge and some water in the sink. Dry it off. And put it back in the kiln room where the other bats are. Okay, for trimming, you're going to need a few tools. A couple of loop tools, one that's a little bit bigger and one that's a bit smaller, and one that has a flat top, and a needle tool, and 2 chunks of clay. You're going to roll the 2 chunks of clay into kind of like small coils. You're going to use those to hold your pot in place while you trim. You want to make sure that you keep your pot or set your pot down perfectly in the center of those rings on the wheel. And then you lay your fresh clay next to it and press down with your forefinger and your thumb just really carefully, because the top of your clay is going to be dry. So you want to be gentle with it. And that'll hold your piece in place. Turn the wheel on. The purpose of trimming is to get rid of some of that excess clay that you have at the bottom of your pot, because a good thrown pot is lightweight. So this helps you get rid of a little bit of the excess weight. You're, again, just like when you're throwing, you're working over in the area of like between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, imagining that your pot is a clock. And the dry clay will just peel up in little coils like that. You can just brush them aside. The bigger loop tool is really nice for trimming on the side of the bottom of your pot. And you can kind of carve away a little foot. This video is actually sped up a little bit, so you don't need to run your wheel too fast while you're carving or trimming, sorry, but just a moderate speed, because you don't want it to throw off balance. I'm trimming the side of the foot a little bit just to shape it up. And then you want to use a flat loop tool for trimming the bottom of the foot. Then you can go ahead and trim away at the bottom of your pot, starting from the center and moving out slowly. That'll give you a little bit more of a foot. Now you want to be careful not to trim too much, because you'll trim right through the bottom of your pot. And there's nothing you can do to fix that really. You'll just have to plant a plant in it. Okay, so once again, I'm just using the flat loop tool to flatten out the foot so my pot will sit nice and steady on the table. Then use a needle tool to scratch your full name into the bottom, not just your initials, please, your full name. Okay, you can lift up your wet clay pieces and put those back in the wet clay bag. And lift up your pot very carefully, and you can take that back to the kiln room and put it on the shelf to dry. Then you're going to remove the guards on the side of the wheel. And you're going to dump the clay shavings into the slip bucket in the kiln room.